Have you ever imagined waking up in a Harvard dorm, grabbing breakfast with students from around the world, attending a class taught by a Nobel Prize winner, and ending the day in a theater club or maybe at a hackathon at Stanford? College life in the US goes far beyond the movies and stereotypes. It's intense, diverse, and full of opportunities that shape who you're going to become. But after all, what is daily life really like for students at some of the world's best universities? What do students do outside the classroom? How do they live, study, and connect? In this video, I'll take you inside their routine, from how class schedules are set up to what it's like living on campus, the clubs, the research opportunities, and even some surprising facts you probably haven't heard before. If you dream of studying in the US, or just want to understand what makes this experience so transformative, stick with me until the end. What you'll learn here might completely change how you see your ideal university. Flexible scheduling allows students to find their own rhythm and make the most of what the university offers beyond academics. At Yale, for example, students often divide their time between classes and the famous residential colleges, where they join debates, attend cultural events, and even enjoy dinners with guest professors. This environment encourages continuous learning that goes beyond the classroom walls. It's about exchanging ideas, building community, and exploring diverse interests throughout the day. And don't think the routine is just about studying. At Stanford, many students go straight from class to an entrepreneurship club meeting, a brainstorming session for a new startup, or even sports team practice in the evening. Columbia, located in the heart of New York City, free time might include a museum visit, a jazz show in Harlem, or an internship at a local NGO. College life in the US is, above all, dynamic, designed for you to explore, reinvent yourself, and discover who you want to be in the world. This broader view of libraries as lively spaces reflects how learning happens at American universities, in a collaborative, hands-on, real-world integrated way. At MIT, for instance, the Hayden Library is more than just a study space. It offers co-working areas, 3D printers, and even prototyping stations. At Princeton, many students use the libraries to meet with research advisors, prep for exams in study groups, or hold informal peer tutoring sessions. Knowledge flows, evolves, and comes alive in every corner of campus. Beyond the libraries, the pace is just as intense. At Harvard, students often balance classes with internships at Harvard Medical School labs, law offices in Boston, or social impact NGOs. In Columbia, students have easy access to opportunities in media, finance, fashion, or diplomacy thanks to its NYC location. The idea is clear. The more you get involved outside the classroom, the richer your academic experience becomes. US college life is shaped not just by what you study, but by how you live, and that makes all the difference. Dorm life is about much more than convenience. It deeply shapes the college experience. At Stanford, for example, freshmen typically live together in frosh dorms, where each floor has a trained student advisor known as an RA, resident assistant. These spaces become genuine support networks, both academically and emotionally. It's common to see pizza nights to relieve exam stress, or spontaneous late-night philosophical debates in the common room. Constant interaction turns classmates into family and makes adjusting to college life much smoother. These living environments also help students broaden their horizons. At places like Columbia, where dorms mix students from all over the world, cultural exchange happens naturally, whether it's learning slang in a new language or discovering different holidays and traditions. And more than that, community living often sparks creative ideas, startups, or social projects that are born from cafeteria chats or walks across campus. In the US, the student housing is more than a place to sleep. It's where a lot of things begin to happen. Social life on American campuses is just as diverse as the students themselves. At Yale, for example, the Whipping Pools, the oldest collegiate a cappella group in the US, attract musically passionate students who perform both nationally and internationally. At schools like UC Berkeley, cultural fairs and student protests are part of everyday life. The campus breathes political engagement and free expression. These events are not only fun, but also educational. They broaden worldviews, connect like-minded people, and create lifelong bonds. And the most interesting part? None of it is mandatory, but everything is available. If you want to dive into the arts, there are theater groups, choirs, and creative writing workshops. If you're into entrepreneurship, you'll find incubators, pitch competitions, and mentorship from successful alumni. At Columbia, clubs range from astronomy to African cuisine. And if nothing represents you yet, you can simply create your own. On US campuses, the rule is simple. Learning goes far beyond the classroom. It happens wherever you choose to get involved. This multicultural interaction completely transforms the college experience. In one classroom, you might be debating philosophy with someone from South Korea, solving a physics problem with a classmate from Nigeria, and creating a social project with students from Latin America. At schools like Stanford and NYU, it's common for group projects to bring together such different perspectives that each meeting feels like a true cultural exchange. This environment fosters respect, empathy, and most importantly, the ability to collaborate with people from vastly different realities, something essential in today's global job market. And this diversity goes far beyond nationality. American universities are increasingly committed to including voices from different social, ethnic, and cultural backgrounds. Many offer specific support for international students, like orientation programs, affinity groups, and even alumni mentorships from the same home country. It's an education that goes beyond the books. It shapes your worldview, expands your ambitions, and builds a global network that can open doors anywhere on the planet. Do you want to transform your academic future and achieve incredible results? With these 2 exclusive ebooks that I left in the video description, you'll master the application process for American colleges and increase your chances of approval, and also improve your study performance with practical and effective strategies. It's your turn to take the next step towards success. Don't waste time, click on the link now and start building the future you deserve. Here are a few more fun facts that show just how unique these experiences are. At Harvard, it's tradition to knock on dorm doors with bells the night before housing day, when freshmen find out which residential house they'll live in. At MIT, students pull clever hacks, pranks on campus, like putting a police car on top of a building dome. And at Stanford, the campus is so large that students often get around on electric bikes between classes. In the end, living college life in the US is so much more than just sitting in a classroom with rows of desks. It's about diving into an ecosystem where learning, culture, diversity, and innovation come together every single day. It's about building lifelong friendships, discovering passions you never knew you had, and growing in an environment that challenges and supports you at the same time. If you're thinking about studying abroad, know that the college experience goes far beyond what you see in the movies. It's about shaping who you are as a student, a professional, and a person. And maybe more important than choosing the perfect university is choosing a place where you can transform, because that's what the best experiences do. They change us from the inside out. If you're interested in learning more about applying to US universities or finding useful tips to boost your studies and stay focused while preparing for college, make sure to check out the cards at the end of this video. And don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe to the channel for more content like this. Take this opportunity to start shaping your future today.